Okay, Aeneid, Book 4, lines 198 through 218. You've got Iarbas getting all upset that Dido has taken up with Aeneas, and rumor has brought this message to him. And so we have a little bit of background on Iarbas before he starts making his plea. So we have this man, Iarbas, having been sprung from Hamone, right? That's Jupiter Ammon, who's pictured here. It's a syncretism with an Egyptian deity Ammon and the Roman deity Jupiter. It's the horns that give him away. Okay, so with a Garamantian nymph having been seized, right? So father is Jupiter, mother is a nymph. He placed 100 huge temples of Jove in his wide kingdoms. He placed 100 altars, and he consecrated a watchful fire, the eternal sentinels of the gods, right? Like Vesta's got one too. He also consecrated the ground fertile with the blood of flocks, and thresholds flowering with various garlands. So these are all the things he consecrated to Jupiter, right? So he sets up this like cult of Jupiter in North Africa. He brings that worship there, so he sort of feels like he's owed some protection from Jupiter. And he, crazy in his mind, this is a locative there, and having been incensed by bitter rumor. Amaro is probably a play on words with like amor, right? Amaro, amor. He is said, as a suppliant, to have prayed for many things from Jove before the altars. In the middle, between the middle of the divine power of the gods, with his hands supinos, turned up, right? Supine, palms up. And this is what he says. He says, let me shift here a little bit. So he says, all-powerful, omnipotent Jupiter in the vocative. He's calling out his name. To whom now the Mauritanian race, having feasted on embroidered couches, pour out Bacchic honors. Linnaeum has to do with Bacchus, right? It's like, so a Bacchic honor would be wine. So they're pouring out wine for Jupiter. And so this is the quid pro quo that Iarbas feels like he's owed, right? So he set up this worship. He's gotten all these new worshipers for Jupiter. Shouldn't he be owed something? And so he asks this question of Jupiter. He says, are you seeing this? Father, genitor, right? Progenitor. Do we shudder in vain at you when you hurl thunderbolts? And blind fires in the clouds terrify our minds, and they mix up empty rumbles, right? So he's describing like thunder and lightning, and he's sort of like, is this all for nothing? Like he's sort of like sarcastically being like, what? Like, are we, is this all in vain? Doesn't mean anything? And then here's, so he sort of stirs up, he's sort of getting Jupiter's goat to make a play on Ammon here. And then he sort of makes his case. This is his problem. So he says, a woman who, wandering in our borders, put her puny kingdom at a price. We gave, like, to whom we gave a shore, ad arandum, right? Here you have a genitive or a gerundive here, for the purpose of farming. Aro is like farming. And to which place we gave laws. She rejected our marriage proposals, and she received Aeneas as a master Aeneas in her kingdom. He's sort of like, like she rejected our marriage proposals. Like we gave her this land and we gave her laws, we helped her set everything up, and then she's shacking up with Aeneas. It's sort of like that like that nice guy sort of cliche, where it's like, I was super nice to her, how come she's not dating me? And it's like, well, because that's not how it works. And now, Illa Paris, that Paris, right? Because he's done the same thing that Paris did. Aeneas has come in and won the heart of Dido Aeneas as a stranger has done this, and then Paris as a stranger went into Greece and won the heart of Helen and caused all these problems. So that Paris, with his half-manly, right, his effeminate company, his comrades, having bound up his chin with a Myonian turban, and his hair dripping, we assume, with, what do you call it, perfume. He is made master of the one he is, captured, meaning Dido. Which is, kind of taking Dido's agency out of the whole thing, but that's fine, I guess. It's not. So he's master of the thing captured. We, Quippa, surely we carry or bear gifts to your temples, and we cherish an inane or a pointless reputation. So he's really gunning for Jupiter here and kind of insulting him, so that he'll get what he wants out of this. And we'll see what happens.